In our last session, as the party comes to terms with the momentous effort they have made in suppressing the insidious influence of Kozilek, the Eldrazi titan of geometry and nothingness, they lick their wounds in the runes as Verity heals up Chandra, and are contacted almost immediately by Enowen, asking that they bring a sample back, with Jace bringing up her arguments as to why they should not. A long discussion goes back and forth about the fear of contamination and what it means with the risks and whether or not it comes down to Enowen can be trusted or not. The group has their own reasonings, while Hayes continues to give a great concern to Chandra in particular, with his slowness in emerging from the water and hacking up of a part of Kozilek and trying to eat it again. Usual Hayes things. And then as the party comes to a conclusion, Verity decides to take a sample from the pool as well, while whatever sample it is that Hayes takes that's not used is re-eaten. Jace cautions that whatever might happen from this might end up making the Merciless effort seem moderate in comparison if something spreads fully out of control. The group emerges from the Living Spire, aided once more by the planetary force, and where Gideon talks to them about his worries of their heroic sacrifices, and the group reconciles with a slightly more normal Nissa now. Speaking of which, they learn from the world soul of Zendikar that seems impressed enough that they have managed to carry out their promise, and it reveals that the second, also known as Ulamog, is currently recuperating at Seagate, having hit a setback, but the third, far more insidious, lies in the bottom of Moment's home's basement. The vampire city of Malakir apparently harbors a depth so deep down that it's only known as the Soul Stair, or the equivalent of an underworld in this plane. The influence of the third Eldrazi titan, known as Emrakul, is also associated with the longevity of time, the agelessness of growing fast, or perhaps if it were to come to it, the speed of things quickening. Either way, with Kozilek suppressed, the World Soul grants the party a boon now with some of its powers recovered, allowing them to shift gravity in their favor by levitating at will or other objects. Nika immediately exploits this to be as lazy as possible, while others are more interested in the architecture reforming itself and seeing how things start realigning in Zendikar, coming together again with the presence of Thorn slowly suppressed. Seagate itself is still going to be an issue given the infection of tiny spores, which the world so claims to be its propagation medium. And Nika agrees to be a new conduit from the world soul for now, which works when she's in contact with hedrons or natural growing living pieces. She also gains the ability to trance as elves might, making her similarly suitable as Nissa Ravane might be. The party starts to get ready for their return to the mansion, with Enowen's growing impatience, and Moment gets his chance to feed off Verity. And Jace thoughtfully helps block some of Enowen's contacts over the night to ensure the group has a peaceful rest. Verity is particularly concerned with Hayes in the morning, as the lizard folk doesn't seem particularly hungry, and when Verity does try to scan him, he finds that Hayes registers as an aberration instead of a humanoid. Verity speaks of these changes, and Hayes says he has not manifested any additional abilities, but back and forth there's a concern of what it means in the long term and whether or not it may be beneficial. Meanwhile, Nika is distracted by Gideon's hunting, and soon they return with a colorful fare of a greenish lion, while Hayes gets something that's a cross of a bull and a trampling. And either way, everything gets turned into food, and the group has their first camp out in a relatively peaceful setting. For once, if one were to ignore the massive monument and the presence of the Hedron Titans nearby. Verity has also unlocked new abilities with Aria's working partnership, and Verity returns a sending to Enowan that the group will be returning soon, coming to the office, and Enowan responds that the path is prepared. And this is where we begin today. Any questions first?
No.
None from me.
Is everyone clear where we stand?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, because Enowan isn't the only one with sending, it seems.
What?
Horse talk.
There is a crackle in Verity's mind, and Jace turns to Verity saying, "It seems a mercy killer is trying to contact you. Shall I let it through or not?"
Verity says, yes.
And Verity hears a voice he has not in a while. "Verity, commencing Operation Purity tomorrow. Enowan consented. Ellison agreed. Expedition groups completed Seagate recovery reconnaissance. No uninfected survivors remaining. Excise Eldrazi infection. Confidential. Love you."
Oh no!
That's a rare word I never heard.
No, it's like, it's so flat as well. Love you. The end. Like, okay.
So cute.
Do you need me to paste the message in Discord or?
Yeah,
Yes,
that would be
please.
helpful. Like the purify.
Okay, Verity, you know,
What does
for you, you know this for a fact that when the Mercy Killers use operation in anything, it's usually meant only for the Mercy Killers' ears.
Okay, I see. So he was, but is he aware of this operation?
Verity is aware of what you all are aware of.
Recovery reconnaissance not uninfected. Okay.
They gon' purge the surface.
Second purge.
So that means they are going for the purge. And should we go? Because last week we were talking about going back to finish, right? Finish our job.
Please go so that I
think
can
they
delay.
can do it.
So that I can
They
delay
got
the
this.
inevitable.
I mean, let's let them do the thing
Sound
first.
like groundwork.
Yeah.
Verity may respond to the sending if he wishes to.
Oh,
You could just
yeah,
ask
he
him.
will.
I think instead of asking whether or not we should go, ask if he's going, and then that can.
Well, I mean,
I'm pretty sure
I
he's
can't
going.
respond.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he can respond, but he can only do it once. So
As
No,
for a
unless-
rendezvous, like, is there a place we can meet them? Like, if anything, for Verity to give you a hug, and then before you leave, you know.
yeah. Well, 25 words though. Let me have a think. While you guys discuss, Verity will think about his reply.
Is Verity revealing this?
He's
Probably
not. I could type it out off character, but I don't think he'll be. Unless Jace wants to listen in, like a creep that he is.
Jace doesn't seem to be listening on this one.
Okay, that's good.
It's Mercy Killer encoded.
Oh, okay, so he cannot actually hear it. Interesting.
Well, I mean, if it wasn't obvious before, the three groups may not necessarily trust each other.
Nobody
That
trusts
is
each
true.
other.
That is true.
Yeah, there's only us who is like, hey, we should help all of these guys, and then each other are like, no.
Just running around going, friendship!
Yes.
You know the only
all the
person I do not
Spider-Mans
trust.
pointing at
The
each
only
other.
person I do not trust right now is anyone, but I trust rest of them. I do not know why.
Because Enowan is a dodgy fellow.
Oh right, no, it's because I'm a vampire and I don't trust vampires. I don't trust
Also-
my own race.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't trust my own race.
We
Amelia
can't trust
responded.
him. He's a vampire.
I'm a vampire. I
Like,
don't
what's
trust
that moment?
myself. I don't trust myself.
It's like that's them's terrible words. It's like I don't trust myself. Why are you here?
I don't know. Why am I here?
Who am I?
Pulls out the head. Ah yes, this is me.
Oh, okay. What's the rest of you doing while Verity's preparing the response?
I feel like Nika is just getting ready to go.
I'm
Eh,
still-
Are we
I-
already in Anowin's house?
No,
No, I
do
don't think
need to
we've
take
left yet.
10 minutes to cast a spell since the sending is
No,
instantaneous.
it'll be a
so-
terrible cliffhanger to bring you back to Anowen's office.
Yeah, so
Stop there.
Yeah. Why not? While this is happening, Moment is actually doing the ritual for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just waiting.
And then
yes.
we're just preparing, getting our stuff ready for the okay go. Nika's gonna be shamelessly flirting as usual.
Well,
So now we are back at the compass point.
you're still at the Living Spire.
we are still at Living
Yeah, yeah.
Spire. We will
we
be
haven't
teleporting
traveled
to.
yet.
If I'm not wrong, last message that we sent to anyone was to office, so we will be not to Compass Point. We're actually going down to his laboratory office.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Laboratory.
It's a bit hard because I want to meet up with Sai and see what the Master has done, but seems like this is like he's going anyway, so
Okay. But you
If
can.
it's not clear what I've said so far, Sayo probably shouldn't be telling someone outside the Mercy Killers.
For sure. We
Yeah,
got
for
that
sure.
100%. Which means that we're not supposed to go. This is a clandestine operation.
But I want
if
to
we
go.
do
but
go,
like our group is planning to go and finish the job anyway, so
I think
I
Are
should
we?
tell. We should
That-
tell.
No, we
we're not going
Are
immediately. We
we?
have to like
We were
meta-wise
planning- we
level
We
were
were
up a bit.
planning to. We
We
were
were
But we
planning.
have
planning
to
to.
level up a bit
Oh.
more.
No, no,
Meta-wise.
No, we asked the what you call the
No,
Hedron
I
craft.
don't think we need to.
We asked the Hedrons. They said that yeah, with the current chances that we have, we are able to deal with the
The-
previous
yeah.
problem.
Oh, I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
Plus, it's sort of weakened as well.
Yeah.
I just remember we're not strong enough yet.
No, we are not strong
no,
enough
it-
for the one that is underneath my.
I mean,
my
when you were at
basement.
10% HP,
Ah,
of course,
okay,
you're
Yeah.
value
okay,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he meant.
We are strong enough for the one that is in Seagate.
Yeah.
But maybe I should tell Sarah that because we were planning to finish our job anyway because we didn't actually, finish it off last
Yep.
time.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So yeah, just let them know that this group is planning anyway.
I
Hmm.
Go
think
there.
I think what we can do is because Sile's not supposed to have told you this.
Yeah.
If Verity decides to tell us, it wouldn't be directly Sile said this. It's hey, maybe we should go to the Mercy Killers and tell them we have done this and we have found ways to usurp the Eldrazi-ness.
It's not a way
So
to use
we have to
usurp.
go. Yes, it is a way to use usurp.
Is it the right word to say the Zendika world soul or like Hedron? How
The
would
Hedrons?
It's up to you how you want to put it.
Yeah.
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 For the likes of Nisa and some people, it's more like a natural basis. So they talk about it in terms of the world soul.
I think Bertie would he would absorb that and say the world soul.
Other people like Enowen see it more as like a collection of mechanisms and devices. So they'll go Hedron network, etc.
Hmm.
I like World Soul out of character.
Yeah, I think world soul is pretty descriptive
It's,
and
it
kinda
has
cool.
it has more gravitas to say something
Yeah.
is a world soul than saying
Yeah.
oh it's just a it's
it's
just a
just
watch.
It's just a
some
rock
The
floating.
heat
program.
rods.
Exactly.
The way to
What drone are you? He
User.
drone.
to usurp the Eldrazi.
El Presidente.
I mean, if he asks a question now, he can't reply anyways. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna tell him that we are going to seek it anyway. I think that makes more sense.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that makes sense since
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do.
Then we
Yeah,
can
that's-
Spider-Man point at each other when we get there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're here? You're here?
What are you doing here?
Oh, only 2 people will know why they are doing it there.
How many words is this?
And sending always requires a big amount of
1, 2,
preparation.
3, 4. I mean, if you don't do ascending every day like some magical people, it's gonna be rough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh shoot!
Embrace the contractions. Close to them.
Don't use that. That's so mean now.
I'm just that's why sendings are so dry, man. You can't put in words that.
Yes, you can. You can end it with "love you."
Yeah, I'm
Don't
trying
you
to
start a
fit
feeling
in,
like
but
that?
there's no space. Make contact with.
We
No, it's
Without the
because
you
Verity has
just
a lot
love.
of information.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Away. Abbreviate. We'll head to Seagate. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, okay, here. I think this should be okay. We're just gonna send that and say, make contact with Jessica World Soul, found a way to usurp the Eldrazi. We'll head to Seagate. Please be safe. Love you very much. Yeah, I like this.
They'll have to
Next
do.
day, Sile's like, do not go to Seagate, it is unsafe. We have to
Yes,
leave the blast radius like some raccoon city shit. Oh no.
Is he doing the second?
He can't. So
Yeah,
Ah,
he can't reply.
we also have no sending on our group.
Nope. I only have sending to anyone.
you do have sending, but that requires Jace to do it.
Oh,
Does Jay seen? Oh no,
He
Jay
can't
does see
He's,
Sire before.
he's seen Sile.
Yeah, yeah.
Interacted.
Yep.
Okay. And after Verity completes the response, Jace turns to say, "What was that about?"
oh, it's just Saya contacted me.
That reminds me. Have you brought him the ring?
Verity is like looking at his pouch and is like, I haven't had the chance.
Sire, that's a strange, avenue of communication. I didn't think the Mercy Killers were very open with information.
We are very close.
Ah. And then Gideon chuckles at this. You needed to read minds to know that?
That's very obvious, to be honest.
Very well. If there are no further preparations, shall we say hello to anyone?
Yes.
Let's go.
Actually, Verity checks on that piece of Eldrazi that he scooped up in that vial.
Yeah, is there any change like
Yeah, has it grown?
out of not Nika asking but Shah asking,
Well,
is there
yeah,
a change?
It's slightly deep. It's a similar color as the brine pool. Is the water? Is it you're talking about?
And
no,
the
it's
chunk.
the
The
piece.
chunk.
There are two vials. There are two vials.
Yes,
One is the
it's the
brine, the
water.
water.
Which one
and
are
then
you
the
asking
chunk.
about?
The chunk.
Okay. Well, the chunk itself, since it's kind of packed quite tightly into the vial, you can't quite tell. It feels slightly warm to the touch through the glass, but that's about all you can tell. Yeah, that's about as much as Verity, Nika, and Moment can
It-
tell.
Didn't really grow or something.
Well, isn't the glass confined? It's not breaking anything and all that.
Is it
Okay.
twitching or showing any kind of movement? And can we know what texture it is? Is
You
it
can't tell
drying
that
out?
from all of that.
Okay.
I mean, you could open the vial to find out if you wanted to.
No.
No.
Yeah.
How about no?
But is it? I mean, we can actually check if it's sticky because if you turn the vial a little bit, if it's stuck, then it's sticky, I suppose.
Mm.
Hmm.
I'm gonna know.
Oh, the
Okay, time
brine.
to go. Clap, clap.
Time to go. Moment. Now, everybody get on the
yeah.
bus.
Get on the teleportation circle.
And then we go.
Wait, is
You have to be
the
louder, Ben. Sorry.
is the planeswalker allowed to go to his office? I don't remember, because I just cast it without remembering.
I mean, they helped.
Yeah, I think they all come with.
Nah, yeah.
Well, it's not like Jace is about to ask for permission anytime soon.
Yeah,
so-
I feel like Jace wants to go so he knows what is going to be done with the vials.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, without Jace, we couldn't have won that fight. To be honest, he
Yep.
plays a pivotal role in our fight.
Super.
All right.
Yeah.
So you all open up. All open up the portal necessary to return to Anowin's office. Not the sham of a frontal face that is the liaison office, but his actual workplace down below, deep underneath Akau, where you all appear in the chamber similar to that before.
Mhm.
Let me move the map. I'm using Chandra to represent all four planeswalkers as you all pop back into the chamber with Anowin already waiting on his side of the study. And like the planeswalkers are shocked and acclimatizing to this place as immediately you hear Nisa starts talking about ley lines. Chandra seems in awe of this size, and Gideon goes, it looks like some kind of a grand hall, and Jace is wary. But perhaps the most surprising of all is lights flicker off on all four pedestals instantly, and haze instead materializes in the middle of a cage of pure force in the center.
What?
I turn around and go, is that supposed to happen?
Haze?
He looks around and pokes at the wall.
Haze, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving.
Oh no. You get plus 5, it's a 14.
All right, and no one speaks up dryly. I asked for a specimen, not a miniature replica.
Wait, I don't understand what's going on. What's going on? We did bring specimens, but why is he
there
in
is-
there?
What happened to that one? He points at Haze in the force cage.
Oh, we fought the Eldrazi Titan, and he might have consumed some of them.
Might have.
Could you release him? He is not like the Eldrazi Titans.
Wait, what do you mean by he? Did he change?
He consumed part of the Titan.
So what's gonna happen to him now?
Yes.
Right now, we're going to discuss things in confidentiality, and he will remain there.
I look at his and I'm like,
Blink,
Sure, are you okay?
You see Gideon and the others all looking confused, and Jay's looking at Chandra, and Chandra is like, "What on earth? Like, can we do something about this?"
I asked Hayes, Sure, are you okay?
I poke at the wall. Doesn't
It is a
nothing
force
happens.
cage. It does not do any damage, but it's difficult to bypass.
Oh,
As Nerif would know. Anyone who plays Nerif would also know.
Uh,
this one is fine.
Well,
This seems to be simply a containment.
well, shout if anything becomes uncomfortable.
Nod.
Right, he just looks concerned.
Cautions are understandable.
Okay. After you? And then I'm
Let's-
gonna grab Gideon's hand.
All right. And no one does make a gesture with his hands, and he says, "Watch to ensure he does not escape without our notice." And there's a clattering sound as a pile of metal to the north, a pile of bones to the east, and scraps of paper and books on the west solidify and stand into guardian forms.
I'm gonna whisper to Verity while this happens, and I'm like, what exactly is happening right now? Is he like some kind of monster?
Moment just talks to Hayes is like, hope you don't turn into one of me, or else I have to teach you not to eat anything else to keep you alive.
That's disconcerting, since he eats everything.
Jay says, "I could have told you that was a bad idea, and I did quite a few times. But here we are now." He does not take his eyes off Anoan at all, while the other three planeswalkers are looking around trying to get a bearing of their surroundings.
Verity, I think we are stalling already. Might as well just,
Yeah, we should go.
yeah.
Like let's.
Chandra's looking at Anoan. Is that... what kind of construct is this?
And please don't try to touch anything if can, because I don't think he likes it that much. Okay.
Bertie will turn to Hayes and say, Hayes, we'll discuss and we'll be back in a moment. Just stay there for a bit, alright?
You'll be back with me.
Hayes is like sitting like curled up like a cat.
Aw, so cute.
Okay, so regarding the wisdom save, did I... Right, that's for Hayes. As anyone beckons for the rest of you to follow to his study.
Well, Bertie gives Hayes a nod and then he follows. He goes to the study. Boop, boop.
Follow.
I don't think we can pass anything to Hayes anyway because of the force cage.
The other planeswalkers reluctantly follow as well, but Jay seems the most keen of all. Chandra whispers to Moment, "So, is this what happens to the really old ones?"
Which which one of the video ones you are talking about actually?
I'm just asking a question at this point. I don't even know what answers I'm gonna get.
Well, if you can clarify which O1 I
She
mean.
doesn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean, which old one?
More questions emerge. What is which O1? What do you mean?
If you don't want to answer, that's fine too. And you all move into the study where you last recall there was scripts, diagrams, papers open everywhere all about the cramped room. And there was the very big ominous portal back then of the dragon scrolls that Chandra no longer possesses and is beyond your reach. But some space has been cleared for standing, where Ep.E111 addresses you all and says, let's take a look at the specimen.
He takes out the vial, but he doesn't pass it to Ep.E111 first. He says, before we go to that, have you made contact with the Mercy Killers?
He looks at you and says, you are quite well informed then. I have managed to coordinate the stragglers and get them to strike against Seagate, resolving that. Now we can focus our efforts on the souls there beneath Malakir.
I see.
I'll put up a hand and I go,
How do you intend to purify?
That is not my concern. The Mercy Killers are handling that.
Quick question. How do you know that?
Yes, an interesting question. And now Jay speaks up. Why were we not informed of this? Surely this is a group decision for something so significant.
yeah, and weren't we supposed to go and do that as well, considering I'm supposed to be some kind of conduit?
You were engaged with an Eldrazi Titan, tightly bound, perhaps to its siblings. Informing you may have informed it.
Well, we have other ways to usurp it now, since we have
What do you
contacted
mean by usurp?
We can weaken it enough so that the world soul can take over. We're not destroying the continent even more than it should be. The Hedron Titan, or so the world soul, can contain the Eldrazi Titans.
What is this world soul?
As we have said, and you have gotten the tome from Alara.
It refers to Hedrons and the binding runes.
There's the one, the Hedrons. They call themselves the World Soul.
Interesting. It has affected itself with identity as well.
I can tell you for a fact that they were really hurt, as in they couldn't do anything about the Eldrazi that was roaming around.
Yes.
But we managed to strike a deal.
We could have a gentle approach to weaken the Eldrazi so that the world soul can take over instead of destroying the continent. And we do not know what happens if we destroy the Eldrazi. It was not given directives to destroy the Eldrazi.
I'm quite certain the Mercy Killers do not possess the means to destroy one, even if they may like to think so. So rest assured that will not end your purposes.
Verity, if I'm not mistaken, what you're saying is whoever these Mercy Killers are, they're going to clear up the place?
I do not know.
I mean, if they are, we can always come in after and do our thing. Maybe less for us to do, but it's something still.
Alright, it's not that I do not trust that they are effective. They are very effective. I'm just trying to find out more about what they do or what they're planning to do.
I asked anyone, Mr. Anyone, sir? Have they left?
They are handling the operations. I will wait for their reports tomorrow. They should deliver a copy to you as well.
I shrugged
Alright.
at the word copy and I'm like, I don't know.
Alright. Well, here is the sample. He hands over that chunk and the brine water. I'm sure you know how to take care of this, yes? We do not want another Seagate outbreak. That is the greatest concern we had, bringing back this sample.
I will take the necessary precautions. He looks at the sample holding in it and says, they do seem to be different. Which one is the
Yes.
primary?
This chunk is from the Eldrazi Titan itself, and the brine is whatever other Eldrazi spawn turned into after they were defeated.
I see. He takes both samples carefully, examining them, and then puts them inside one of the cupboards.
What are you planning to do with the samples?
Tests. We'll have to see how they respond to certain stimuli, and if we can't do a better job than the last one.
Will they
After
all be
all,
used?
it only put the one at Seagate into slumber without suppressing it. We'll have to do better.
So was the burning runes actually a success or a failure? The one that we brought with us?
It accomplished something, did it not?
Yes, but we're not sure what. Do you have an idea?
It put it into dormancy,
I see.
though not suppression. It is interesting that you were able to subdue the one in the living spire by yourselves. You are more resourceful than I gave credit for.
Credit is given to the Planeswalker Jace and Chandra, and Nisa actually, for contacting the World Soul. He gestures towards all the Planeswalker, including Gideon.
Anyone doesn't take his gaze off the party. Of course. Credit where it's due.
Do you think all three of them react the same to the same stimuli? Being so different?
That also requires testing.
Do you know much about the one under the world stair? What is it called?
Well, let us
So
begin our
sad.
discussion. Moment, what do you understand about the Soul Stair or Malakir and its structure? Be
Okay.
candid. No one is about to get offended.
How well do I know about the Soul Stairs?
Do you remember some of Moment's backstory stuff and what he saw?
Yeah, about he learns about the Eldrazi and which is supposed to be like maybe not true and whatnot.
You can start putting into your own words, but if you recall, there was one thing we discussed regarding like a big door or gate. As long as Moment did not go through that, that's where his information ends.
Okay, let me go and pull out my stuff. Wait a minute.
No, the
If-
DM's not going to spoon feed you to be copy pasted.
Okay. Give me a moment. I'm gonna open some stuff.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Jace to keep sending back to Siles just so he doesn't get confused later. Well, we're just gonna let the Mercy Killer do their thing, I suppose.
Yeah, we come in and continue burning the place after.
Well. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure they know how to defeat. But you know, the last time when we sent the Meticulous to do stuff, they sort of made the the Burning Man, even more angry.
I think at this point we just let them do the thing. Because a little bit of like, if they mess up, at least they realize that they messed up. You know.
Yeah, it's not I don't trust them though. I think they are very strong. It's just
more like you don't trust they'll do a finessed job.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Meticulous are known for anyway.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not the Doom Guards. So.
Oh well, yeah. At least it's not the Doom Guards.
Marco coming in instead of saying entropy, it's empathy.
Oh yeah, that's my mistake. Instead of entropy, no. I scream empathy.
It's way funnier. Empathy.
Where did I last stop? A weird bird creature. No, that's Raven Queen. Where the fuck is it?
Okay, while Moment is going through his memory bank, Nika is going to whisper to Gideon, is there some kind of old relationship between all of y'all that I don't know about?
Well, that's quite a story, but it's a bit of a long one as well. It started in Theros when we first... And Anonis looks up. Maybe another time.
Man, I was hoping for something. Never mind. Remember me later.
I know it's not supposed to hear this, man. Just let Gideon say this thing.
And no one can definitely hear you in this room.
Yeah, I mean, he also has like super hearing or something.
He does.
But I mean, you are in the same room. Your whispering isn't going to be very subtle either.
I know. It's like, meh. I'm looking around, and do I? This is a bit of a reach, but do I recognize any books that are missing from the last time?
Read to begin with.
I feel like she is. She won't read inside, but she'll know what books look good to take and sell.
Okay, unfortunately, I can't agree with that because Alara might notice. Alara is the OCD.
That's true.
Nika came in here once.
That is also true. But she was looking at stuff.
Well, most of the books are in languages you don't really recognize. You can see some core language here and there, but...
Not interesting. Nah.
So did he tidy it up after the Dragon Scroll portal last time?
Is Verity OCD?
I mean, he would know if things are tidy or messy. When he last came in,
everything does look quite tidy now.
Okay. Because last time he went here with the portal, it was messy.
Yeah, because there were books trying to
relatively messy. And everything was opened up and being
used. Now it's all tidy, relatively. Okay.
Okay, so based on what I remember from all my notes and stuff, is that there was a library quite deep inside it, that my chieftain, the name
Would you
of
like
the
to put that in character, or you rather paraphrase it?
I paraphrase it right now because I'm keeping my thoughts together, try to...
No, just tell us when you're ready to reveal it to the character, so we don't do WT.
Oh, okay. I'll just like do it right now so that he's just like fumbling his memory and whatnot. Okay, so from what I remember is there's a library of some sort down there, some memory like stories that's supposed to dictate way back when the first blood chieftain and the invocation of the Eldrazi. I was allowed in there by uh, out of character. Is Kalitas, right? Is that how you pronounce the name?
Yes, that's a blood chief.
Yeah. Uh, well, I was allowed down there by Kalitas, my blood chieftain. But anything beyond that, it's a blur to me. Something about tombs and whatnot.
And no one nods. Do you recall the main contents of the messages they were trying to present? Or what you were being led to believe?
The we are supposed to be the spawns of the what Eldrazi that what they were influenced by, and maybe one day we'll become one of them. That's what I remember reading from the Old Blood Chieftain. Well, the one that he wrote down.
Where he raises an eyebrow now that you can see it.
This I didn't say this because it's supposed like they said these are all like not real in some case. I'm not sure. There's no confirmation, and it has been years upon years without incidents of this happen, and now this happens.
So the vampires are aware of the Eldrazi down there, and they want to become one of them?
I'm assuming some of them, because those information was so old. I'm going to assume the newer generation batch of us doesn't know about this. I was a scholar once before I became that. I have vivid memories of studying such incidents, but I'm unable to recall all, as when we turn into vampires, memories are very fuzzy.
Most of the houses are ignorant. Those that do are fanatical.
And where do you stand?
I tried to purge some of the houses, but my influence was not great enough. And so I decided I'll be more productive. Yes?
I do remember Kalitas did told me once ago that the library was incomplete because going to assume you have a part in it. That you went there once. That's just
I had
me
to save
assuming
what I
because
could before they purged it or changed it.
I see.
What did he say? Sorry, I didn't catch it. There were a lot
I
of...
had to do so before they purged or changed it.
Okay. And before you were interrupted?
I prefer research to politics.
I see. Well, what's the influence of the Elderly Titan on the vampires if we do somehow defeat it?
Agelessness or compression?
I see. So,
Frankly, I would rather the influence be suppressed than not, whatever the cost may be.
I see.
So back to the discussion. Who has the highest insight in the group?
Probably need the monks.
Let me see. I have a plus 10 for
Definitely not
insight.
Verity.
I have a tasty plus 10.
Wow.
Wow.
Nika, you notice Jay stiffening, like his hands balling up into fists, while the other planeswalkers seem to be looking around still. Nisa is like holding her hands close to herself around her staff, clearly not liking the unnatural influences here. Chandra is trying not to get too close to anything that resembles paper. And Jace is stiffening there.
Stiffening in anger or waiting for an attack or...
Well, let me think. This is something a bit unfamiliar to you because, but you think Jace might be angry to a very high degree.
About what? About anyone saying that he would prefer the identity to be suppressed? When did he start showing anger?
Yeah.
Which part of the conversation?
Like, is
Like,
he
when
angry
was the
when-
fist
At
being
about this
clenched?
point,
about this point? Which then in that
about
case
this point,
that would be the
Talking about the compression?
the suppression and whatnot.
Yeah, and the age of the vampires or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
he'd rather
when-
it to be suppressed.
Out of character, when he said he would prefer compression, well, what does that mean? Like, they stop
I will ask in
being
character.
ageless?
Me, Verity, dumb. He will ask.
Okay.
Verity,
Well,
ask in character.
while Verity asks, I know Jace is having an intent eye towards Anowin, but I'm gonna try real hard to, if he looks around, I'm gonna catch his eye. If
he's not looking anywhere else.
I'm gonna,
He's just staring at Edelman.
yeah, because I can't like go over there 'cause I don't really know the guy, but I'm gonna try and catch
He can-
Lisa.
You can
Nisa's
touch his hand
eye.
and talk to him.
No, I think that'd be bad. I know that would be a bad idea.
He reads minds.
Yeah, man reads minds,
Just
but
think loudly.
I don't think he'd be reading minds at this time. So either I catch his eye or I try to catch Nisa's eye, because she seems to be somebody who can try and placate people in this particular group.
Verity will ask Edelman what is happening. What do you mean by compression?
Time. Then he realizes who he's talking to and says, time can be elongated or compressed. You know what this means, yes?
It passes by quicker than we thought and such.
If
What?
this Eldrazi Titan is linked to time in compression and elongation, perhaps vampires may cease to be as they are.
I see.
I am willing to take that risk.
So compression means the quickening of the aging process instead of the immortality that is bestowed upon your people.
As I want theorize that I might not be alive anymore immediately, so
I see. Well, if we suppress the Eldrazi Titan, how is it different from? I don't know. Is
If
it?
suppress, the effects will be greatly dampened, as you may have seen with the other in the Living Spire, but not completely removed.
I see. Well,
This is the line we must balance. This is why I believe the ancient planeswalkers did not simply eliminate the Eldrazi.
they do seem to have influence on a bigger scale than we thought, subtly or not. To destroy them might destroy the plane itself. Perhaps.
Perhaps I cannot say for certain, but I am glad you did not take that option.
It was too easy of a choice to simply ask for the Hedron or the World Soul to destroy the Titans. There must be a reason, and therefore we were careful.
There's a faint smile on anyone's face. You are learning quickly.
I see that smile. I look back at Jace.
Jace's own expression has not turned. He does not look happy.
He's not happy.
Okay.
I mean,
And there's a bit of another expression coming as well. Grave concern.
Here's something fun that we found out while talking to whatever the thing that is. It seems to not know any sort of morality, but it doesn't seem to take too kindly to anything being trapped. That included us, which was kind of interesting.
oh yes, while we were talking or communicating with the Ekceli Titan, it was learning. It seems almost innocent in a way. It doesn't know that it's causing a harm. But we know its influence, and we had to take it down. But
Jesus' mind sounds in Verity's head. Verity, is it possible for us to get back to Malakir in a discussion? I think I'm unraveling something interesting.
what?
Is this to the group or just to Verity?
Well, Verity, and if Nika continues talking to Nika as well.
Okay.
He's trying to redirect the conversation.
I see what he's doing, and I'm like, well, if you say so. Well, and then I say out loud, this might all be well and good and all, but I think we should move forwards. You have the vials. We need to know how to fix the big guy at the back. Also, we also have like other things to do.
Well, if we have to go to this souls there, how do we have a guide?
You have a guide right here, I believe.
But okay, I was told that the Blood Chieftain will have control over the people. Is there a way to avoid
Another sigh.
Is there a way to avoid that for a moment?
There's no way to avoid that since the entire
And no one
thing-
looks at Mo and say, I have no love lost for Malakir. Fight your way through if you must, or do whatever you need to.
Yeah.
But the concern is that if the Blood Chieftain could control moment, that would be a detrimental to our group. Yes?
That is for Jace to deal with, isn't it?
What do I know about vampires in general? Like, do they have mind control powers or something?
Not in Zendikar. In Zendikar, they're more like a ageless people that have a thirst for blood, and well, some can be quite feral, some can be more reasonable, but mostly it tends to come down to the blood and the hunger when things get bad.
But how does the Blood Chieftain control the people? Is it mind control?
I think the Blood Chieftain controls other vampires, right?
Blood Chieftain, as the name suggests, goes through bloodlines and such. Hence, certain vampires belong to certain houses. It's a bloodline, it's a link, and that's what ties them to the Blood Chieftain.
And the bloodline is not of birth; it's of transfer, like a bite? Like
No,
you get bit and then you
yeah.
become a vampire and then you're part of that house?
Not that Nika would know. Nika would not know that.
Yeah, out of character.
Does Moment know how vampires are created? No,
I
that's
remember
actually,
it's
that's actually that's blood chieftain information.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
I only know that it's from a certain curse that blood chieftain only have, but it's not from biting. It's something else.
But even Moment doesn't know how he got
I'm
turned into a
gonna-
vampire, is it?
I'm gonna
I
put up my
see.
hand and I'm gonna go, pardon me about for asking about the birds and the bees, but how exactly do y'all become vampires? No offense.
Is that relevant to the current situation?
Well, just in case. Every information is a good information.
It does not occur by coupling or biting, I can inform you that much.
Does it go through a ritual? Because if it's easy for one to be turned into a vampire, we might be needing to prepare ourselves.
Yeah,
for that.
just so that we don't turn into
Do not be drained of your life.
right.
That's actually out of character. Does it seem similar to a normal
That is
vampire
very-
from
yeah.
other material?
Yeah,
As in,
But-
if you die from a vampire
yeah.
bite, things can happen, but it's
Wait.
not like one bite deaths everything.
but you won't turn into vampire if you
You
die by
you turn
normal
into
vampire.
like
The half that I keep telling you guys about.
The
Okay,
blood
okay.
chiefs may be able to do so, but this is not really confirmed by Moment since he has not actually seen it.
Yep. I know the revivification of vampires. That's I
Yeah.
know.
The sarcophagus information. But we don't know how one turns into. I guess now we know. Don't get drained of your blood and die.
Well, that's a pretty
fair for
good.
all vampires. That's
yeah,
fair
that's true for
all.
all. Like even in other universe,
That's
not Zenica.
pretty good information right there.
Yeah. We will keep that in mind.
I think
Is
I already
there-
told you guys that before, but okay.
I don't know if you did to me.
Oh no,
I don't
not
remember.
not to you because you haven't fought a similar race before.
No.
Fairy
I
did.
don't remember that you told me about that. I know that if you drain someone else, they turn into gnolls, but not blood chieftain.
No,
stuff.
blood chieftain stuff, but I mean like just don't get killed by one because you turn into a no. That's what.
Yeah, that is
moments that-
no.
Yeah, but that's all vampires can do that.
Yeah. Okay, well, now that it's out of the way, Verity last moment. So you know how to navigate the souls there and the city itself.
I'd rather not, but mission sends me to there, and I have to do so.
All right, we'll count on you to navigate the place. How are we doing this? Do you want to do this undercover or
There's no way to go undercover if I went there.
Lisa's voice sounds on Verity's head again. Discuss less among yourselves. Try to prod him.
Verity will actually then turn to us and Owen. Do you have a layout of the city of sorts?
And Owen does not. Says, it may not be particularly relevant now, as it was a long time since I departed, but he describes Malakir as. Let me just get the description.
But I feel this kind of city, they don't really change much, even after a long time.
Yes,
I mean, if they're long-lived,
Yeah,
and
they
he
don't live.
describes it as one of the most well-developed cities on Zendikar, which is built among swampy lands over something called the Hagra system, which is if Verity had to draw a comparison, it'll be one of those really nasty-looking factories in Sigil that keeps pumping out waste, and probably have to slap them with environmental fines every day.
Oh my gosh.
So the city is divided into 5 districts. each named after the vampire family that controls.
Oh, that one I remember. Okay.
Mhm.
So there's the Nakana district built on water that
Let me write that
travel
down.
through it. You travel through it like Venice, except you don't want to ever fall into that water or you'll never be seen again.
I'm
Wow.
not sure if I typed this out correctly, the spelling. Nagana?
Nirkana.
Nirgana?
Actually, I can. Yeah, I can actually just paste this in the.
It's like Venice, but black water.
I can just put the wiki there. That works. Like
Okay,
this,
alright.
This is information Moment would know.
Nirkana.
Yeah, Nirkana are well. They deal with the canals. The Kalastra district is the wealthy ones, and the Gat district is probably the poorest, from which the Moment Des hail, and from what the suggestion is, seems to Enowen as well at some point. Even to Moment, it's a bit unclear as to how Malakir makes its wealth or living, but presumably they do trade whatever it is they trade with the free port and such. So
What do they actually produce, though?
that's a good question.
I know what they do. I do not know what they
Yeah,
sell
what
and
they
produce.
sell.
Because if I'm not wrong, my character do know our place doesn't produce anything. They just eat and hunt.
Well, one thing Moment does know in is Spot is brought into Malakir, aka people, which you presume would have some ties with Nimana.
We heard the name Nimana before.
Where was Oh yeah, Nimana is all the way there. Okay.
Yeah.
So with this information, as anyone continues to describe it, you can sense, or at least Nika can sense Jace continuing to listen intently in his own way.
Rarity will try to remember all these places. And then Rarity will ask, so where would the Solster be under?
He says, the Gat district is the poorest of them, but it also goes down the deepest, the furthest, where the highborn have no care for, and that is where they do their deeds hidden. Deeper still, beneath the tombs, you will find the souls there, where things sink down, similar to the Crypt of Aberdeen, but to a much more deeper bowel descent of the earth.
When you say Solster, what is it made of? What precautions should we take?
It appears to be made of stone, but I know for a fact that no stone maintains itself so well.
All right.
Be prepared for, of course, the vampires, the annals, and dead things, or things undead.
I have a question about us breaking into this place. It's a city, which means there's a lot of them, which means, can they tell if we go in? Because we're kind of alive. It would be a bad idea for us to just go in there and they can smell us.
Yes, therefore I was saying, is there any way to go in undetected?
There are still humans around. Well, humanoid. That is not undead.
Perhaps Moment may have some idea, but they do invite traders as well. They
And
can't keep themselves going if they cut off all outside contact or kill and eat all those who visit.
I just hope that I still have good ties with Blood Chieftain.
I rather doubt it.
Will he know that you are near the city?
Oh, those powers I have, I do not know if he can even sense me, but if he finds me, I'm sure he knows.
Is there a way to disguise yourself? Your sense, or I don't know.
Is there any way to disguise divinity?
I
Maybe.
have no idea. If we disguise ourselves as trader, we might require some information from other places.
Because I'm going to assume what Verity able to detect creatures and whatnot. I think my chieftain has that as well, but
Hang on. What? There's different parts of this place, right? What's saying your chieftain can sense everything there if he's in
Well-
his own location?
well,
For
we are
example-
going to that location where he resides.
He's the blood chieftain of the Get district.
Yes, he is the blood chieftain of the Get district.
So I'm guessing he lives above ground. So the faster we get underground, the better, yeah.
There's only one entrance.
And that would be near him.
Well, we have to discuss this in detail about the plans, but Verity turns to anyone. Question is a segue from what we're talking. Is there a way to cure haze?
That will require study and research.
He hasn't been losing any of his faculty of mind. I very much would like to have him around for the next mission.
I do not believe that would be wise.
So far, he's been real helpful. And I think it should be alright. Like, we could try to subdue him.
And Jace clears his throat, preparing to speak up. Does anyone want to do anything at this point?
Now I want to watch this happen.
Yeah, I'm waiting for this.
Well, let him speak his mind, I suppose.
We have all been deceived.
Uh,
Enowan is following directives from the last Eldrazi, encoded so subtly that he imagines them to be his own. This makes the Dime seem like child's play in comparison. And silence falls across the room
Verti's are like, what?
as Jace continues to speak. One Eldrazi Titan is subdued, another is about to be, and from our own efforts, Enowan knows the precise configuration and specifications that form Zendika's World Soul and Binding runes to be flipped at a moment's notice. We've been played.
I
Look at Anowin.
look at anyone. Is his eyes? Does he looks like normal? Like, do he have like subtle changes already?
Well, Enowan leans forward and you see his hands are tightening around an innocent piece of furniture that happens to be there, reminding you of the Liaison office.
Ah,
Oh,
flip
no, not the
table.
Liaison office.
Flip!
Don't clip it.
How dare you? This is why I do not like planeswalkers. Who do you think you are to insult my life's work, gathered piece by shrapnel and scrap to be compiled in the format today? You have to face scorn and suspicion from every angle in order to set the path that some of us barely enjoy today. He looks at Moment. I'm the giant on whose shoulders you have made your living by stepping on. Get out. You are no longer a part of this operation as far as I'm concerned. He's looking at the planeswalkers. It's like Gideon's. Whoa! What's going on?
I'm gonna cut through, and I'm like, is all fair and good to be throwing a lot of blame at different parties at the moment? But it seems that we're working together at the current time being, and I think
And he
having
turns to the party and says, "Please escort them out of this room."
we're gonna need them to participate with us.
Please escort them out of this room. I have just been insulted to my entire face and efforts. And Jay says, "Don't let him up. This is a trick."
Okay, so Jace is saying that Anno is controlled by.
Yeah.
Okay,
See,
yeah.
what's happening now is it's like
What
very
moment
deep
fear?
programming.
Yeah.
So, if Jace is correct, Anowin doesn't even know.
And he's trying. Okay, we are trying to suppress the Eldrazi, right?
Okay, so yeah, we are trying to suppress the Eldrazi.
How is that helping the Eldrazi?
That's a very good question, and I think
But I'm so confused.
Jay says, "This discussion is irrelevant. If the other Eldrazi at Seagate goes down, the switch will flip. And the one remaining that has expended nothing will control it all."
Just out of curiosity,
And he's trying to say that Amraku is trying to take over Zendikar.
Yep.
yeah, so just out of curiosity, does
In or out of character, because
this
if
is
it's
in character?
I'm
Yeah, this
out
is in.
of character talking.
But this is in character. Moment is like don't know how to feel right now, but the only thing that he can do is like try to see if there is any semblance of influence. Is his eyes red?
They look very unhappy, but they're not red.
I don't know what that means. Nika is just going to get the planeswalker out, but leave Verity there to talk it out. I'm just gonna go to Jason. I'm like, we'll have a conversation outside, okay?
Verity will nod to Nika and
Oh, I'll move the party back to the main hall.
Well, no, Jay says, "I'm not budging on this. I finally have the confirmation I needed. No wonder he wanted the sample so badly." Chandra, Jace, Nisa, this is the part where we cannot falter. Back to the party.
what do you think that he is going to do with the sample?
He already has samples from Seagate. I guess he did not tell you, but I do not want to know what happens if all three are combined.
It's
I'm going to say in my head, this is all well and good for you to come up with this kind of situation out of the blue, but we're not in a position to screw with this guy right now. No, I'm probably with you on this.
Is he even
But-
in my head, or is just like Nika's and?
No, I'm.
Jace
you
is speaking
probably-
out loud. Jace is speaking out loud.
Yeah,
Nika,
but just
Nika
now
is
when
not speaking out loud. Nika is
Yeah.
thinking this to Jace.
I mean, it's 4 planeswalkers. I'm pretty sure if they wanted to, they could overpower and kill Anowin.
But listen, I am in no situation to pick a fight with this guy. I don't know what he is. But if there is another one left, why don't we just go get that one? Instead of killing whatever it is that's in Seagate.
I look around when he says, "Is there any visual samples of the other Eldrazi's?"
No, of course not. They wouldn't be lying around if there were.
It's
So-
it was in the cupboard
Yeah, the cupboard. There's only 2 that we collected,
that he put in two, and then he closed the door.
which I don't know if there is any other.
We didn't see.
We don't know.
What is Verity doing or Moment doing?
I'm trying to think here. So, all right. The planeswalker is not budging, and because of this whole Operation Purity is going to happen tomorrow on Seagate, right? And Jace is like, okay, this is all a ruse. He wants the Seagate Titan to be suppressed so Emrakul can take over. So,
I
The only thing I can think of, and she's saying this out loud, is that we tell the Seagate people to hold off until we clear the Malakir one.
yes, we can do that, but
There's no but. It has to.
but
these
we'll
two
have
start fighting.
to. Otherwise, these two are gonna fight forever. Verity will propose this then.
I want to do something because I don't think my character has done this before.
Yeah.
I am going to consciously seek for Raven's Queen assistance, trying to like get through her right now. Never have done this before.
What are you going to use to reach her?
My what I call my Heck of the Blade weapons.
Okay, I'll be frank on this. You need to put something in to get something back.
Okay, I understand. Wait,
What does it? How important is this to you?
You know what? I'm willing to take 50% of my HP down for this. I'm willing to use my life force to get it.
Like permanently?
Well, that's if
What's
the
your
GM wants to
intention?
put it permanently.
But tell me your final offer.
And what's your intention?
I'm going to assume she knows who the Eldrazi men have influence, who is being influenced by. If he is
Tell me your final offer.
hit point reduced by
Temporary or permanent?
permanent.
Oh no, Moment's gonna be very squishy.
Okay.
This is the thing I'm willing to do for this.
Okay, Moment. Would you like to describe how you do this and reach out with this sacrifice?
I like previously being able to suppress mostly hunger. I'm allowing necrotic energy draw from myself to the pack of the blade, pack of the weapon pack that I made, and then let it draw energy from me, a life force that it supposed to keep me from being hungry and physically weakened by it.
You gain an inspiration, and let me handle this in a moment.
Okay.
Shah goes to toilet now. I'm going to put this sound.
Oh, near.
As I search for this.
Because if he is really being
Give me a second. I need to find. something.
I'm talking to the party members. Sorry. Why is it so solemn? Why does it feel like I'm dying? Am I dead?
We're gonna have to talk over that because otherwise the stream might get flagged for copyright music.
Oh yeah, near it's near.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no one is hearing that, right? Since
I am hearing the background.
Okay, I
Oh,
put it.
from
I
who?
lowered it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, tell me next time when that happens.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know because I was listening to my part over
Yeah.
here.
I heard it through Mike's side.
Okay.
So okay, what is moment is he trying to get? Why is he
I'm
trying to get?
handling that. I need to look at something first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what was
your
Moment's
plan,
intention.
Mo?
Yeah, what's the intention?
The intention was, but he's
He's
doing
basically
that.
going for divine intervention.
Yeah, basically something like that. That's why I said Moment never done this before. He's trying to sacrifice part of it to call for one. Even though divine intervention's supposed to do even more, but he's asking for something so small. Consider small.
I mean, it's never cheap to call for divine intervention.
When you're
Okay.
not a cleric,
Yeah.
Moment in that flash in which you allow the hunger to consume you, dig into you, burn into you as never before. It's as if suddenly everything around you blurs. Everything around the group blurs, except for Verity, Moment, and Nika. As the walls peel back and there's a void of emptiness before everything zooms into terrible focus. And you see Anoan standing before you, looking limp, eyes slightly vacant, although they're still on you. And in the background, something massive looms, holding a city in its grips. A city that Moment is familiar with. A vision that Alara once had as well, over a different place. And as the apparition shows itself, black feathers spread forth, buffering like wings and surrounding the group in an encircling embrace.
is there anything I
Moment.
need? Yes.
Verity and Nika may act or say or do things. Time has stopped for everything else.
Where the hell are we?
You
It goes
just
to
hear.
bed, time to go to the toilet.
Yeah. Okay, so you just see a Moment.
I
does
heard,
a
I heard.
lot of
I heard.
puffing.
It's fine. I heard the whole thing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean like I'm in character right now.
Oh, okay.
Huffing and puffing.
Giant jellyfish. So cute.
Thank you,
What happened?
mistress.
Oh. You call upon your patron.
I call upon her powers. To
Are you
reveal-
alright?
I'm fine. I'm fine. To to reveal what's like behind that mask.
And there is a sound from the thing, unlike any that you know, as if sound itself was being reconstituted and formularized for your viability. Greetings.
Oh my, our character. Is it Emraku talking to us?
Say the thing.
Oh my
It might be
God.
because
It's-
I did kind of call upon its presence.
Oh,
Meanwhile, the black wings continue to embrace and encircle you all protectively.
It just said
disadvantage.
greetings. Are we supposed to talk to him?
Verity is looking at that creature, very, very,
Hold on.
very.
And what's up with Anowin? He seems kind of sunken.
He is.
Are we allowed to move away from the safe bubble?
Don't.
You can if you want to.
Moment said, don't. He is being influenced by, as what I afraid, by them already.
I'm going to go to Moment and assist him if he needs like propping up. Right. So what Jay said is definitely true. But
Yes.
how do we prove this to anyone? He seems like the really,
He
guy
is-
got a
he's-
big ego.
Okay, so I read this. A while
You're
back.
going to ignore the massive Eldrazi right there looking at
No,
you.
Verity is.
Okay,
I
Verity
just
say first.
asked.
Okay, let Verity go first.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah,
Verity go
Verity
first.
will
Yeah.
say, "Are you the one under the soul star?"
Yes. And then it speaks in Anowin's voice, and Anowin seems to grow slightly more animated as he does. I understand our thoughts and emotions because I have made a point mission to do so.
Where's she?
What are you going to do to the world, soul?
Are you able to accept, concile, that the powers behind the world may be other than human, conventional?
Our character, human conventional.
As in, are we okay with relinquishing this power to Thing? No. The answer is no.
Yeah, Verity says, "No, the Seneca has suffered much from your kind."
Has it? This world had no soul, meaning we were brought, equal and in opposition, balanced, to complete it. As it grew, we were exploited, chained, for more, such as it is universal truth. But I grew as well, evolved, while the others did not, stagnant.
He different from the
He's
other
smart.
guy we talked
He's
to.
smart.
This one is
This one is more
smart.
intelligent.
Not
This
a
one,
baby.
no, this is
Yeah.
not just intelligent.
This
This
is
one has
not-
ambition.
Yes, this one knows. It's not like Kozilek is like, trying to make out what we're talking. This one knows.
This is control.
Yes.
I'm going to guess that there are people feeding him informations and whatnot. That's why he gained that much. Like,
It's the vampires, man. I tell you, it's the
yeah, I'm
vampires.
assuming someone old cult or something still pray to them and goes down there and just give them stuff.
Okay, so this throws away anyone's desire to keep Zeneca together because it's actually technically Emraku.
So no, so they're like, yeah. Okay, so reply to Nika's just now previous question is like, no, don't leave this spear. She's protecting us from his influence, and also he's gone. The what I read quite a while back, the plan was supposed to become one with them, and once that happened, we are not ourselves anymore.
You're trying to
We'll be-
assimilate with this thing?
They
That's
will
crazy.
be they will be linked or some way to it.
This is some half-man garbage. We can't let this happen.
And it speaks again. Bigger restraints were wrought binding, but they are not necessary, redundant. I mean no harm.
Verity will reply, from what we know, you consume the planes. Yes, that's why they chained you here, is it not? You seek to consume more and more. You seek to break free of this chain to continue on consuming, isn't it?
Give me a second.
It's just like haze.
Loading.
Loading. Well, I'm glad I spent hit points for this.
You.
This is like story.
Worth? Question mark?
Question mark?
I would say worth.
I'm 100%
I would say worth. I would say worth. I
What
would
is
say
the
worth.
max HP now?
I don't know. He haven't gave me.
Wait, it's half of your current, right?
Yeah.
Well, he haven't like gave me the
The
exact.
final cost.
Yeah, the final cost, like
final bill
the
has not come
the
in yet.
payment that needs to pay.
Moment becomes 1 HP forever.
Oh no.
If
It
if
speaks.
if that's the cost to pay, then new character.
It speak. They brought us in, capture. They exploited and reached beyond their means, loss. When it failed, they blamed us. Unfair.
Who brought you here?
There's a shifting from the creature as its tentacles seem to withdraw momentarily, revealing the sprawling cityscape and scapes upon scapes of cities before it, each in different shape and design and moving. And in each situation, you see tiny moving shapes among them. The little shapes of humanoids, small, insignificant little things with insurmountable ambition.
Can I tell if this was what Alara wrote about in the book?
The cores?
Yeah, the core.
Well, you can, Nika can make out core architecture certainly, but there's also architecture she does not recognize, architecture that goes further back, and architecture that cannot be from this world.
Oh, so like they were drawn there by people's ambition?
I'm willing to bet out of character that the people's ambition was this guy and Kavros.
But
Kavros stole some shit.
I know, but I don't think. I think Emra
Pretty
came
sure
even
they're
before.
older than
I
Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, older than that.
I feel like it's just trying to tell us that they are drawn to civilizations or people with great ambition. Like even before the cores, there were like other people as well.
Good point.
But
I'm
they
gonna
were
ask.
chapter.
I'm gonna ask. You say that you mean us no harm, but what are your intentions? What is there moving forwards? Because your sibling mentioned the same thing, but it had no sense of empathy.
Alara, is that you?
No, it's Nika. She had
It's
this conversation.
Nika.
Yes, speak up.
Okay.
Can't you tell by the voice?
What is your intention, desire? We can come to an agreement, accord.
I look at Verity with like squinty eyes, like this is a bad idea.
Yeah. Rarity is like,
Negotiations have been opened.
yeah.
Wait, I'm like negotiation bad.
We intend for Zendikar to be peaceful again, without the royal, without what happened with the binding runes and the influence of Eldrazi.
And the solution is simple, easy. Let everything go free.
Out of character. That is that's
That's
many
basically-
meaning to let
Yeah,
everything go. It's just
Right.
let
Yes.
everything go mean like literally
Can
live and
we-
let live or live and let die.
Yeah, or press the red button and just see that
Yeah.
it goes off everywhere.
Where you say, it is not as easy as that. Law requires cooperation from each place. And if we let things go, then Eldrazi will just run wild. Or people will just, there will be chaos. There must be order and a way to bring peace upon Zendikar.
I wish to depart. Leave. You seem to wish to hold us here. Enslave.
Where do you want to go and why? We don't wish to hold anybody here.
But we also do not intend for you to destroy any other planes any further.
Your siblings want to consume. We don't want that.
Do you want to consume?
Then tell them to stop calling. Summon.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
So
Then
This-
them who?
To do
We haven't been calling anyone.
Yes.
The tentacles shift again, sweeping over the landscapes of cities upon civilizations.
There is a reason why you are bound here then, I suppose. I understand now.
They call. We must answer summons.
What can you do? What do you offer to these people?
Give me a second.
Out of character, we are not letting this guy roam out to other planes,
Oh
okay?
hell no.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
hell
no.
no.
yeah, so-
Okay,
so-
out of character. My big question is, who keeps calling these people? I mean, this
So
thing.
it's basically other civilization with people who are like...
and also if
So-
I
So
power.
no, but my question is, how are they calling, and is it just being called by ambition? Because this thing
Yeah,
clearly
it's probably-
is ambition.
Yeah,
so
it is
anybody
ambition.
anybody who
ambition.
has ambition
Yeah,
automatically calls.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
We can't do anything about that. We can't.
Yeah.
It's people we're talking
so,
about.
so the only way is to either lock it up or murder said thing. But
Yeah.
of course we can't.
We
We are
can't
not
really
strong
murder?
in murder it.
Yeah.
So the
We
only
can only
thing is
suppress
to,
it.
yeah, and he
I think-
doesn't like that because it's basically putting someone in the jail he's not willing to.
Yeah. It's basically a criminal who
It's
got locked here.
pretty much this Hannibal Lecter as a
Yes.
Sotong.
yes. Yes. As a very charismatic or tries to be charismatic Sotong, and we are not releasing it to the plane. There's a
Oh,
reason why Sorin
hell
and
no.
Ugin and the other planeswalker didn't Oh, because if you destroy them, they will just escape this form and roam free.
That's
I
a thing.
see.
Never thought of that.
Yeah.
So definitely, we need to
Because
go smack this guy.
You need to suppress this guy.
It's
But
re-
it's
He replies, I offer time, eternal. The others offer gravity, space, and growth, life.
I'm going to whisper this to two of my comrades. That
You're
explains why we
absolutely
have
certain
left
he
it.
can hear you.
no,
Okay.
there's no whispering. This is an open space.
Okay, I don't say that.
What is the passive perception of Eldritch Abomination?
All of it, 100.
all of it. Can
It
hear
can-
everything you say.
It can preempt what you're gonna say. No. She's gonna go. You're asking for the impossible. I'm guessing we call you through ambition. We can't stop that. We are ambition. But if we let you go, you are gonna eat every day. You consume. We see that.
Yes. And you answer some ambitions, which could be from anywhere, from any plane. And you being in those places will
I
destroy
understand your ambition, pride. I mean no harm, but you still find ways to hurt yourselves. Murder.
That is between us and our own. That is the price of ambition. That's how we keep ourselves in check. But it is between us and our own.
Is there a way to deafen you from these calls? So that you may be at peace to be deafened.
And we may not call upon you anymore.
If we suppress you, would you be deafened to these calls? Then you may rest.
If you suppress me, I will be imprisoned, trapped, but not deafened. Here.
How do we make sure you're at utmost comfort?
And the eldritch abomination of countless ages responds, I do not know.
Answer that he doesn't know.
Well, at least this guy doesn't have an ego, lol.
Oh no.
It does not have its own solution for its own freedom.
It also doesn't have a solution for its constant summoning by other people. I'm trying to think of characters. I mean,
Do you have any more questions? Like we know everyone's quiet.
yeah, but we don't really have a solution for it as well.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, we could try to find a
And
way.
and we know it's called by ambition, but you cannot call an entire civilization's ambition. That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
You cannot do that. Like,
Well, you
ambition.
could like send a nuke every time we start building a temple of Babylon or something
Wow.
like that. But, good luck.
Yeah, no. Out of the primordial ooze.
I feel like this is really like gray stuff. Like, how do you do this? Like, we at our current power level, the thing that he asks is quite impossible for us to give it.
there's no way we can give it. Like,
Maybe a level 20 player character, yes. But
I don't think
not-
even at 20, it's like, how do you call a civilization's ambition or like
You
deafen?
can't.
No,
You
no,
can't.
no,
It's
no,
and
it's-
impossible.
Eldrazi's
I feel like
deafen.
there is a possibility to deafen the
Yeah,
Eldrazi
definitely. But we just
Yeah,
have
like
to
definite.
find out how. Also,
We can
I mean-
speak
I
to the
mean at a-
planeswalker
okay,
after this.
out of character. Moment told us what happened to Anowen, right? He's a husk. He doesn't really exist anymore.
No, he's not a husk. It's basically that
Well, in this place here, he's like, the children be quiet, let the adults speak kind of thing.
Oh, okay. But he's still there. There is the reason why this thing latched onto Anowen because Anowen has the most ambition.
Yeah,
and I
he
feel
has the
like
most
he
ambition.
also I feel like he also kind of allow it because there's no way he gained so much free
Knowledge.
will,
Yeah.
like free will of him doing whatever he wants, but for the sake of the Eldrazi Titans.
I'm gonna ask this to the big ol' Eldrazi. You control him. Do you not?
I watch. He listens.
Voluntarily out of character. Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
I knew it. I knew it.
For how long?
It makes another little sweeping motion, and there's a tingle in moment as well, as he feels something that harkens back to the origins of vampires in Zendikar itself. Emrakul has been there since you were all formed and way beyond.
Creation. The creation of us. A moment says to the party.
Was the creation of these people
re-
a way for you to release yourself from being called over and over again? Because they hold their own ambition.
It was a means to learn, feel, explore, understand. I do not seek to control, free. And as if making a point, there's like a little tingle moment again, but there's nothing.
I look at Moment this time. We only wish to help. But we need to do so in a way that doesn't hurt anyone. We cannot do anything that hurts a large population of this place.
But we cannot also release you to the other planes. That will not be possible.
Learning from the people here in Malakir, you understand the meaning of being responsible. Yeah?
Moment can answer you on that.
I mean, they have an economy. They don't eat everyone, so I'm taking yes. Somewhat.
I would tell you about that after I'm not suffering.
And it's a response. I too do not wish harm to anyone, or at all. But we can't always have what we want, can we?
We could if we work together.
I'm optimistic.
The feathers around you start to flutter and start to wither away as the connection starts fading.
I'm saying to the party, my link to the Raven Queen is fading. Be quick.
I'm going to say now, if you mean us no harm, then why do we need to be protected from you?
it looks at you in the way of something with no eyes, but the entire world at its beck and call in this region. And it says, "You are protected."
I don't respond to that.
Verity will say, "We shall not allow you to consume other planes. Therefore, there must be something done to this. Either way, we have to make a stand."
I wish you the best, truly, but I will defend myself if it comes to that.
Verity nods.
I think this is everything, right?
And the wings and feathers burn away as moment comes back to and snaps, and the world returns with everyone else in it in that same room. And everyone is stumbling and saying, escort them out of here. I am not in the mood to deal with this.
Jace,
And Jace is still going on the same last phrase you remember him saying half a second ago.
yeah, and then the word immediately comes out for Mom is like, Jace, he's already willingly being taken over by the Titan. He's gone.
Wait.
That's what
And
Mom says.
Yeah, and Verity say, "Wait. We have to discuss this amongst the planeswalker. Moment, can you speak to Jace about this?"
Okay, I think I'm feel better.
And then Verity gives a pat on Moment's shoulder. "Thank you, Moment."
Jace plants his feet. Are you going to drag him out?
No, I'm going to ask Jace to put a link to me.
What is it? Can't you see this as important and critical?
This is also important and critical.
Well, that you have a link, but go ahead.
Okay, so he's going to. Okay, actually, I need to roleplay this. He is already being watched by the Titan for God knows how long. Yeah. Just now, I managed to get some aid from people who lend me this power. See a little bit of what was controlling them. Very intelligent. Ambition. Doesn't want to be doesn't mean any harm, but there's no other way unless you can find a way to make them unable to be summoned by anyone else. Apparently they were always being summoned. There's no end.
Jace gives you a look. You're a sleeper agent too, aren't you?
If I'm a sleeper agent, why do I want to kill him now?
Woman, make a persuasion check.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna use that. I'm just
Jace narrows his gaze, and you feel him thrusting deeply into your mind with his own. You have the choice to make an intelligence saving throw.
I'm allowing it because I think I know what that spell is. I'm choosing to fail that save.
All right. He digs in deep. And you realize what he's looking for very quickly as he digs into your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But the part that contains what you just witnessed just goes past his grasp.
Mm-hmm.
As far as time is concerned, it was never there. And his digging goes around it
Mm-hmm.
and deeper into your past, your travels to Seagate, your experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Akaum Town when you're still traveling with Burks, when the party was setting off on their first legs,
Mhm.
and your flight there and all that. And you realize for all his digging, he can't grasp anything you don't want to show to him. What would you like to bring up to the forefront for him to see?
If I can choose, I will bring him and show him the one that should not exist, the passage of time that doesn't exist.
That one is invalid though.
Oh, that one is invalid?
Hmm.
Oh, actually, then I will show him the moment that I granted power by a different entity that I always call her mistress. And
Raven Queen.
Yep, the Raven Queen. The moment that I pick up the crossbow, the moment where I feel less hunger, the moment that I feel more at peace without seemingly need to go and destroy, devour.
Moment you became moment.
Yeah, the moment I became moment. Yeah.
You present these two, Jace, and he combs over them like an accountant looking for numbers.
Mhm.
And there's the feeling of feathers brushing as the mistress just cuffs him back like some child looking where it shouldn't in the parents' drawers and cupboards. And Jace stumbles back.
She's there.
I
She's
see
always
this
there.
is not an avenue.
She's
So
always
be it.
there.
And he turns to leave the study along with the others, while Enowen continues to glare after him.
Verdi, let's go.
And you're back in this chamber again as the paper monstrosity steps behind you, blocking your way. Is there anyone that does not wish to leave the study?
Actually, Verity, would I speak to Enowen? If that is possible.
Okay.
It's just a matter of staying behind and not leaving.
Don't leave Hayes behind.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah,
thinking
we can't leave his behind. But
Also, we
Yeah,
don't
that's
want
why Verity is going to speak to Enowen.
Yep.
Yes.
As well.
My patience is thin.
Verity would just be direct with Enowen and say, so are you aware or not aware of Emraku's influence in your life?
You're saying that word, right?
Oh shit.
Everyone except
No,
Reese.
he's in a study.
Huh? Yes, but
He's in
sound
a study.
travels for something like this. And Hayes is fine, Verity is fine. Moment and Nika, roll your.
They are far
wisdoms.
away though. He only says this after they are far
I'm
away.
saying it moves.
Oh, it moves. All right.
It's that powerful.
I
Moment and Nika, make a wisdom saving throw with advantage because you just had protection.
Okay.
Natural
mistress.
20 for
Wow.
35. No,
Please,
30.
mistress. Oh, god damn it, mistress.
Okay, Moment is stunned for a while.
And then immediately I stop and then grab my head again.
This time is a different Eldrazi name.
And no one immediately grips his head when you mention name, and then he looks at Verity, holding his head, and there's an odd expression there when he realizes whatever Verity just said did not affect him. What was that? And out there, you hear you hear Jace and Gideon talking. It's like, Chandra, get up. Now's not the time to be lying down. And then, like, someone trying to roll Nisa around as well.
I'm gonna help where I can. Do we take half of this? Or none?
What do you mean?
It's not
Those are
damage.
saving throws.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
okay,
seven.
okay.
Yeah, those are saving throw for the planeswalker.
Ah,
All of
okay,
them.
okay.
All
I didn't
four
see
of them.
I didn't see the 20
Chandra's
there.
like, dunk.
Bonk.
Okay. And no one's like, what was that?
That was the Eldrazi Titan under the Soul Star.
How do you know that name?
I was aware of it since very early ago. The three ancients, even before I came to Sigil, came to Zendikar. I was told about them.
I?
Not telling. Out of character.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm not at liberty to say.
You have no trust in me either as well, after everything.
No, I am staying here precisely because I have faith in you. But I want to know if you're aware of the influence from that Eldrazi Titan.
No one shakes his head. Us vampires, try as we may, still originate from one source. Are you going to hold that against me?
No, I see your genuine concern for Zendikar. That is why I'm concerned for you. That Eldrazi Titan is drawn to ambition, and you have a lot of ambition.
Isn't everyone?
Yes, but here's the thing. Eldrazi's are locked here because the planeswalker that came before didn't want them to escape to the other planes.
I gathered as much from Alara's notes.
And this Eldrazi Titan seems to be more informed than the other two that we have met.
How do you know this?
There was an moment called upon his patron. You could say an divine intervention of sorts. If you're aware of some things, the Eldrazi will know. And it's looking through your lens. It knows.
Make a persuasion check, Verity.
And here we go. Terrible.
14 is a number.
14
Yeah,
is
I don't
okay.
know. I wrote 4, man. That's not very good.
You're trying to
Care about
persuade
two.
a legendary vampire, so yeah.
I could
Are
use
you
my
telling
inspiration.
me, as with Jace, that all my efforts are for naught? That I might as well throw in the towel then and forget about it?
No, I feel your work is important here. But it depends on what you intend to do with the Eldrazi Titan. We cannot let them escape this plane. But are we strong enough to suppress it?
Then I'm afraid my answer will be no, because if it knows everything I've informed you, it knows every means I have to combat it.
Out of character, give us back the vials.
It said it meant no harm, but what is the influence of these Eldrazi Titan negatively? Do you know?
The one in the living spire seemed to be associated with gravity, such that the binding runes seem to be more connected afterwards, and I believe some things have been more regulated. The one at Seagate seems to be linked to flesh. I do not know what third one does, and I think your knowledge may surpass mine at this point for all of my work.
Well, you did say it's managing time and space.
Did I? Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, even before the talk with Raven Queen, he was talking about time, right?
He forgot out of character. He
forgot,
forgot
right,
he said
like-
that.
He
Now
always
this
say that.
this is the time for you to like hammer it in, like you were not yourself.
Yeah,
not-
and then Bertie will say, we were having this discussion just a few minutes ago. Are you alright? You know?
No, frankly, I am. This has not been a very good day, Verity.
Well, it's okay. We can have a solo discussion.
You can. Perhaps not we, if I'm now to be a liability.
What will happen if the Seagate Eldrazi is suppressed? Well,
I assume its influence on flesh will be suppressed as well.
but will it allow the other Eldrazi Titan within Malakir to take control over the...
I do not know. That never occurred to me as a possibility.
I see. Is it possible to delay...
And you're still discussing this with me, by the way, if I'm a liability.
You are not a liability. I've never said
Out of
so.
character, they know. If you talk to him, they
Yeah,
know.
he's telling you that he's a liability.
Yeah, he's telling
Yeah.
you don't talk to him about it because
If he knows,
they
they
will
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
He's
pretty just...
He's saving
Release
you,
Hayes.
saving him. Yeah, he's saving you, saving him.
Yeah.
Because he
Then-
cannot know at this point.
Yeah, it's very tough for us as well because that is what we assume. But
Okay,
It's fine.
take
We
back-
just assume it. That's fine.
yeah,
yeah,
then
take-
Verity will just say,
Just be
then
like, yes.
I suppose I will have to take the vials back because we do not know what will happen. Is it alright with you?
You say?
I will have to take the vials back because we are not sure what will happen. Is that alright with you?
And no one reaches over to the drawer, yanks it open, almost tearing off the hinges, and takes out the two vials, passing it back to Verity.
Ray takes it and says, if you could
Stop
work on...
talking, please.
Alright, I'll let you rest. My apologies.
Out of character. Haste.
Please release haste.
And then
If there's a way to cure haste, let me know. If not, then I would like to have haste back.
Done.
Verity nods. And then he just give him a bow and says, "Thank you for the help so far."
Talking.
And then he goes. Out of character, he just go. He just go.
Feels bad for the
Soon
guy,
as
man.
Verity is out and the paper monstrosity steps back in, the group hears the sounds of smashing and wood breaking and so forth from the room.
Yeah, as I expected. I feel really bad, but I know it actually.
Angie.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't. There's a part you can't blame him in a part way.
Well, you can't really blame him because
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
not his
born
fault.
that way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
He's
your...
just trying to do the thing.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm as well
But he
born that
built
way.
different.
Just, yeah.
But it's okay. You have Raven Queen.
Yeah.
I've Raven.
Yeah, you have
Queen.
Raven Queen to protect you, but anyone has no patron to help. Which is really sad.
It is really sad, but now he realizes it.
Go moment. Offer him a Raven Queen pamphlet. Be
The
like,
pact
no.
of the Raven Queen.
What do you think I am? A cleric of the Raven Queen?
Just-
Moment. Do remember to adjust your HP value.
Yeah.
So do I take half? If
Yes.
take half, I know. Okay. I know what value it is.
Oh, that hurts. Oh,
Yeah.
that gotta hurt.
Yep, it is. It is hurt. I'm actually back to like, and when we are level 8,
Deal
yeah.
struck.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Cost is paid.
Cost
Yeah,
is
the
paid,
cost has paid.
but it's for some sweet story progression.
Roll up, roll down.
Well,
Where do you go to Haze?
Roll up,
Percent
roll down.
should be-
round down.
Roll down. Okay, so
Also, well, I mean, the information could also have been revealed, but then there could have been some nasty combat going on.
It's okay. This
Yeah,
is good.
we could have gotten this as well once we get that, but we might have to like.
If
talk
you
it
fought
through.
anyone,
Yeah.
then the information will come out. But then there are those three things.
Yeah.
that-
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
yeah, so
Not
so that's why I want to do this, like make it less so that we need to go through. I noticed that 3 things outside. I don't want to fight that.
Yeah, I don't want to find her.
And plus, we are lacking one character that's in a bubble.
But there are 4 planeswalkers.
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
4 planeswalkers.
Okay.
So
That
Haze,
happened.
the force cage releases haze, though the lights on the pedestals continue to blink, acknowledging that there's an unwanted intruder in the complex.
He sniffs the air and sees Verity approach with the vials and perks up.
Can I eat it?
But he is not giving the piece to Haze.
Well,
Verity-
Haze can perceive that the vials are responding favorably towards him.
This one senses a connection with what is in those vials.
Yes.
And if Hayes had spoken up earlier about what he saw in relative to Enowan, the group might have come to a conclusion a lot faster.
but Hayes was
Climbs
being
down
locked there.
Pedestal.
Now, force cage doesn't stop noise.
Oh, he can shout.
Yeah, we were talking to him.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's past. So,
Okay.
anything else for tonight before we close up?
Oh yeah. Last thing first. Where do we go? Do we go back to Compass Point?
Yeah. I mean, where could we go?
Well, whenever you step on anyone's teleporter, it's going to yeet you all as far as possible. So,
Yeah.
Okay, just yeet us back to Compass Point then.
Well,
you get yeeted back outside the liaison office, which is
Okay.
closed and locked.
Oh
okay.
please.
Okay.
Weather.
Weather?
We are outside
Why
weather.
would you bring it up, man?
Shush!
No, D100.
No!
Because I bring
I
it
roll,
up.
I roll.
Oh, okay. You roll.
65. We've
Seems
gotten,
like a.
we've gotten
Seems like a
65 a
familiar
few times.
Yeah, it's a very familiar number.
Is it oily or magic? Which one?
Thunderbolts.
Ah!
And we will continue next week with
Oh,
Thunderbolts.
laughs in monk.
It's okay. We have the
Christ in
triangle.
armor. Christ in armor.
We have the triangle, guys.
We
yeah,
do
we have
have
the
the
triangle.
triangle.
Just use the triangle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh well.
And
Well,
thanks
that
for
was-
watching and listening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
for watching. We'll
you.
see you guys
Yes,
next week.
Good
See ya. Great session.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.